from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio, this is the Hammer Down Racing Report. And now your hosts, Scott Hammer and Ron Miller.
Welcome, race fans, to the Hammer Down Racing Report for Thursday, the 19th of September.
9/19/19. Volume 101.
It is, yeah. This is episode, show number 101. We've been doing this way too long. This is actually, I think, technically about our 2-year anniversary.
Pretty close.
Because we started doing this the end of September 17, right?
Really, yeah.
It's been a while. Got a lot of shows.
So one of these days we're going to get good at it, Scott.
One of them. I'm still waiting for it. Coming at you live from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio. We're live on Facebook, also YouTube. Hopefully, I think we've been having some problems with our YouTube, but it looked like it was working tonight, the YouTube Live. Also, Periscope and Twitter. And then, of course, you can listen to us on demand on iHeartRadio.
Anytime
iTunes,
you want.
Google, whatever, yeah.
Wake up 2 in the morning. Here we are.
Yeah. Tonight on the show, lots to talk about. We'll cover this last weekend's racing action, as well as talk to DJ Foos coming up a little bit. He's had a pretty good year.
No, he's had a really good year.
Yeah, the Attica Fremont Championship Series champion in the 410s, also the Attica Raceway champion, and 2 points short of becoming the Fremont champion.
That pesky kid got him.
Buddy Kofoid edged him out there. So, but he's coming off 2 feature wins, consecutive feature wins at Fremont. So we'll be talking to him shortly, going into the Jim and Joanne Ford Classic this weekend at
That's
Fremont.
a doubleheader for those guys,
Friday,
isn't it?
Tomorrow and Saturday, yeah.
All right.
So that's going on. We also have a Dirty 30 update for you right now. Dirty 30, in case you don't know, if you haven't heard by now, then obviously you haven't been listening to the show. We're going to be running the dirt cars at Sandusky Speedway on October 12th.
On the pavement.
It's on a Saturday. That's right. They're not putting dirt down. It's still going to be asphalt, but we're running dirt car rules.
And pay attention to that date change. It had been at another date, but
it's been rescheduled to
October 12th.
There you go. Dirt late models, UMP rules. That's they're going to go 30 laps, 1,200 to win. The Fremont dirt trucks and bombers will be in a combined class, and front wheel drive, and that's 800 to win for those guys.
No, I've gotten a couple.
That's dirt versus asphalt.
Right. I've gotten a couple of questions. It says bombers. Does it have to be Oakshade bombers or anything that fits those rules?
Why are you asking me? This was you and Chris's brainchild.
I thought you came up with this.
No.
You just drug me in.
No, you drug me in. Maybe Chris drug us both in.
Well, I'm thinking we've been hoodwinked.
I think they're bomber track rules, though, at Oakshade.
Right. But any car that fits those rules.
Fits those rules, yeah.
Right. I mean, if it's if
if
it's an Eldora car, they could race as long as, and they're with a 2-barrel, and they're
there you go.
Yeah.
If you have any question about the rules or anything, hit up hammerdownracingreport.com. There's a page on there, Dirty 30. It's got all the information on there, and at the bottom, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page. Chris Mize's phone number is on there if you have any questions about the rules or anything.
Right, or the payout.
The payout's listed on the page.
Right,
so
it's there.
And also a link to the Sandusky Speedway page, because there's a form on there if you're a racer and you have any inkling of racing in this. No obligation, fill out that form. We'll add you to our roll call here, which we have a few more drivers have been added to that just today. Well, I just got the information today. It may have come in over the past week or so, but we have Jimmy McGrath out of Clyde is going to be joining us from the Fremont Trucks. Melvin Martin III out of Paynesville is going to be running in the front-wheel drive class. And so far, there's not too many of them for an 800-to-win show.
Right.
I'm thinking that's probably going to explode pretty soon. Gene Steele out of Pemberville. It's going to be running a bomber. Apparently your buddy.
Yeah, good friend.
And John Martis, also out of Toledo in a bomber, has been added to the competitor list. And we're actually going to do a little show out there, too. And I've decided we'll do kind of like a driver introduction thing. So if you ever wanted to be on the Hammer Down Racing Report, and if you're one of those guys that have kind of, how come you don't have me on, or you on? There you go. Come on out to the Dirty 30 at Sandusky Speedway, October 12th, and you can be on the show.
Should we limit it to limit that to guys?
If you're racing,
no. Limit it to guys that have signed up.
You mean pre-signed up?
Yeah, pre-signed.
No, if they
really,
well,
we'll let anybody in.
Well, if
That's
they're
pretty-
out there racing, if
that's
they're
pretty-
going to show up and race, then yes.
That's pretty inclusive of
but
us,
we'll
Scott.
we'll give priority to those who have pre-signed up.
Okay.
Like I'm
If
gonna
we
have a
run out
list
of
there.
if we run out of time, yeah.
Make sure to give Ron Miller Race Cars a call, 734-856-7223. He'll fix your car like he fixed mine. It
Yay.
works now. The rear end's back. I'm excited. I'm going to go racing this
Don't
weekend.
tell anybody in case it doesn't work this week. We changed a few things.
I still haven't gotten under and looked and seen everything you did.
But you don't need to know.
All right.
You're a driver.
As long as it goes. Okay. Let's talk about some of the action last weekend.
Okay.
Fremont Speedway is in action 1 week after locking up that AFCS 410 championship. DJ Foos got another feature win. He won. He actually wrapped up the championship with a feature win, and he made it 2 in a row this past weekend, season championship feature win. But Buddy Kofoid, he finished 3rd, and that was good enough for Kofoid to win the Fremont Track Championship there by 2 points over DJ Foos. So tough deal there. Someone coming so close to winning all 3 championships. But we'll ask him about
That's
that.
a pretty successful year.
Yeah, it's still nothing
in anybody's book.
Nothing to be shameful about. Alvin Repke won the 305 feature, and with John Ivy finishing 4th, that got him his 2nd consecutive 305 track championship. Kent Brewer started on the pole of the truck feature and went on to win his 7th career feature. Sean Valeni got the championship there after finishing in 6th.
I understand the truck race was not without controversy.
I didn't read all the posts about that, but I did see some comments about some folks got
yeah, there's a couple of guys. There's 3
suspended,
guys.
I guess.
There's 3 folks that won't be racing Friday. I think 2 of them can be back Saturday.
And originally we were going to have Ryan Sheets on this. We were promoting that last week. Ryan Sheets from Fremont Speedway,
Right.
and we definitely would have asked about that. But
you think?
I guess something came up, so that's we got DJ Foos. We'll be talking to tonight instead. But is there any? Do you have any inside information about what?
Nothing
went on
that
there?
I'm willing to share.
I'm kind of curious now. Maybe I should have read that.
Yeah, if anybody.
Somebody did. Oh wait, I did read that somebody went and punched the wrong person.
Yeah,
That's what
something
I
like
read.
that. To be fair, he punched the guy whose helmet was still on.
Oh, okay.
I mean, all he did was kind of like knocking on somebody's door, and then he realized it was the wrong person, and yeah,
This sounds like that would have been entertaining. Unless you were the guy getting punched.
that
didn't
may
do
be
anything.
that may be one of the trucks that won't be there this weekend.
Okay. The guy that got punched or the one doing the punching?
The puncher,
Okay.
not the punchee.
I'm feeling a little punchy tonight. Devin Shields won the late model feature at Oakshade Raceway on Saturday night. He claimed his 3rd consecutive track championship. I have a post scheduled actually on our Facebook page. So make sure you like our Facebook page, the Hammer Down Race Report, if you don't already. There's a pretty cool video Devin shot from in-car video, but it's got the microphone so you can hear him talking while he's racing. It's not posted yet, but it will be after the show tonight. I have it scheduled to post after we're done tonight. I think about like 9:30 or something. But.
So he's talking to himself or the race car, or
Just in general, as he's driving, like he's coming off a corner and a car comes. I think it's a lap car he's trying to get by. Comes right across his nose, and you hear him go, "Whoa, that was close."
oh, really?
Yeah. It's pretty entertaining here. Devin doesn't really talk that much, so
I know. I don't know about you, but I'm not normally that animated when
I was kind of surprised there wasn't any swearing in there. But he did end up winning, and he got his 3rd consecutive championship, so he was probably in a pretty good mood.
none of those. Shh.
I think there was one that was close.
Yeah,
it was close to that. He was. I might have been. At the end, there was like a caution with 3 laps to go, and he had a huge lead. You can hear he was not very happy about that. Yeah, so it's definitely worth checking out. It's pretty funny.
And that'll be up right after the show on.
I'll reschedule. I'll reschedule for like 9.
Okay.
Just keep an eye on our Facebook page. It'll be up on there, or you can actually just search on YouTube because that's where it's at.
Okay.
Right now. Or just keep watching us. We'll take care of you. Brandon Gregory won the Sportsman feature, but ended up 3rd in the points. Jackson, Michigan's Jerry Signer got the track championship there in the Sportsman class.
He was kind of happy.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit happy. The 2nd year in the Sportsman. He middle of the season came on strong.
Oh, he really woke his program up.
Yeah, I think he finished like fourth, though, in that feature.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. But congratulations to them. Closest point battle was in the bomber class between Terry Rushlow and Jeff Folks Jr. Those guys have been battling each other all year long. Jeff Folks Jr. came in 6 points back and actually won the feature. And Terry Rushlow finished second, and it was good enough. He got 4 points.
4 points.
4 points separated him and Folks for the championship, with Rushlow winning the championship there. He was pretty excited, too. I'd be excited if I won a championship. I don't know anybody who wouldn't be excited.
You know, yeah, and I've run second in championships like that were very close, and you wonder, what two cars could I have passed all year long to make that difference? And that's all it is. It's two cars that he could have passed in a heat race, two cars in a feature that would have made that difference.
And how long does that keep going through your head? Until the next season?
Forever.
Oh, okay. So you're still thinking about the two cars?
Still PO'd.
What year was this?
97.
All right. So you're going on 22 years of being PO'd.
Yeah.
You're just an angry old man, aren't you?
Ooh.
Ooh. We'll just move on from that.
I don't think I'd race your car if I was you.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad it's in my possession now.
You think?
It should be. I thought it was in my garage. Roscoe Stetton went for a scary ride during that feature as well.
Boy,
That bomber he made. Ended up having the throttle stick going down the backstretch and shot straight off of turn 3 over those.
First there was a tire barrier, and then there was some big
front loader
buckets.
Yeah, that's it.
That protect the pit grandstands.
And he went over that.
The tech officials sit in that grandstand and got caught totally vertical in the catch fence.
Yeah, if you do follow our Facebook page, you would have seen those pictures. And then the following day, they had a backhoe come and lift that off.
Oh, that was a big excavator. That was nice, and they did a great job.
Luckily, Roscoe was not seriously injured. I did hear that he cut his chin or something, but he was feeling a little sore the next day.
That car's pretty used up. He'll be in Cody's car this weekend
for the spectacular.
To complete his. I guess the engine is coming out of his car, and it was okay. And it's going in his son Cody's car, and he'll finish the last two races of the year in that.
For the perfect attendance now that the points are over.
Right.
Good deal. Cameron Tusing won the Sport Compact feature.
Again.
It was his third feature win in the last 4 weeks. Corey Gum finished second after starting at the tail, and he had the championship there already locked up. So those are the only two local tracks in action this past weekend. Let's talk some World of Outlaw NOS Energy Drink Sprint Series action. On Friday night, Jacob Allen had engine trouble late in the Stockton dirt track race, allowing Logan Schuchart to go on to the victory. Seventh win of the season for him. David Gravel led all 25 laps Saturday at Calistoga Speedway. Coming up next for the World of Outlaws is Dodge City Raceway Park in Kansas. And then the Outlaw Boot Hill Showdown tomorrow, actually that's the Outlaw Boot Hill Showdown. It's tomorrow and Saturday at Dodge City Raceway Park in Kansas. Then they're on to Illinois Jackson Speedway on Wednesday.
Working their way back home.
Coming back from that West Coast swing, just in time for fall. The Ollie's Bargain Outlet All-Star Circuit of Champions were in action. James McFadden passed Dale Blaney with just 2 laps to go at Atomic Speedway last Thursday night, 1 week ago tonight. Got the feature win there. McFadden got by Corey Eliason for the win again Friday night at Atomic. Saturday was all Aaron Reitzel leading all 30 laps in the final night there at Atomic for the Dean Niddle Memorial. Upcoming races for the All-Stars is they're going to Pennsylvania and Maryland. Williams Grove tomorrow, Lincoln Speedway Saturday, and then Hagerstown.
Seems like Aaron Reitzel has had a pretty spectacular year. We're talking about him every week, Scott.
We do mention him quite a bit, don't we?
Yeah.
Never talk about me. Lucas Oil Late Model Series action. Shane Clanton took night one action of the Lucas Oil Late Model Nationals at Knoxville last Thursday night. Ricky Weiss became the first Canadian to win at Knoxville on night 2. That was last Friday.
Right.
And then Jimmy Owens was the big winner for the second year in a row on Saturday in the Knoxville Late Model Nationals. Kokomo Speedway tomorrow night for the Lucas Oil Late Model Series. Brownstown on Saturday night for the 40th annual Jackson 100. ARCA action, the Kentuckiana Ford Dealers Fall Classic 200 at Salem Speedway was dominated by the youngster Ty Gibbs. He led every lap there. I met him at the Toledo race, the Menards 200 or whatever it's called now. And he looked really young. He's young.
Yeah.
But impressive driver, though, picking up the win there. Series is off for a while. Next race for ARCA's Lucas Oil Speedway in Indiana on October 5th. Ross Chastain dominated the World of Westgate 200 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway on Friday. Next race that was the trucks. Next race for the trucks is Saturday the 12th, Talladega. Is that right? I guess they're off for a while.
Okay.
Tyler Reddick stretched his fuel mileage for the Rhino Pro Outfitters 300 Xfinity race win on Saturday. Their next race coming up at Richmond tomorrow night, 7:30 on NBCSN. That's the Go Bowling 250. It's also the first race of the Xfinity playoffs. Martin Truex was the winner of the South Point 400 at Las Vegas on Sunday. That was for the first Cup playoff victory. And we'll talk more about the little tantrum thrown by Kurt Busch.
Yeah, the fans are... Yeah, nobody's really divided on that. Everybody seemed to think that was just uncalled for.
Federated Auto Parts 400 at Richmond is Saturday night. That's next race for the Cup Series, 7:30 on NBCSN. Some other random notes. Rusty Schlenk racked up feature win number 13 of the season on Saturday in American Ethanol Late Model Series action at Hartford. And this is the weekend of the Grocery Getter Classic at Bearfield Motorsports Park in Fort Wayne.
Really?
Yeah, I believe, I think they had stuff open today for people getting out there, but the race actually starts Saturday at noon.
Any idea how many entries?
None, but I keep seeing our buddy Joe Nickloy.
I know Joe is going.
Yeah.
They had a good time there last year. So.
I bet they did. How about we get DJ Foos on the phone here?
All right. Why don't you do
him? Coming up a little later, we'll hear from Ryan Weekman with our weekend weather pit stop, and we'll play How Many too.
Okay.
We had.
I wonder if that
our online winner had an exact. Got the exact number right. Yeah.
I wonder if that tropical storm down in Texas is going to affect our weather this weekend.
This way, I don't think till Sunday. Well, we'll have to wait till Ryan Weekman tells us, right?
Yeah.
Tell us about Ron Miller Race Cars.
Ron Miller Race Cars, yeah. 7135 Whiteford Center Road in Lambertville. Your Towel City retread tire dealer of the area, and the tire of choice for both the first and second place bomber cars at Oakshade. Really proud of those boys. And
really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, same tires you run, Scott.
Wow. Hopefully we dialed right. I don't think I've dialed wrong yet, so this is probably going to be the first time.
Hello.
Hi, is this DJ?
Yes, it is.
DJ, Scott Hammer, Ron Miller, Hammer Down Racing Report. How's it going?
Hey, not too bad. Yourself?
We're here.
We're here.
Yeah.
We're here. Not having as great of a year as apparently you have been having, though. How you feeling, man? You got a couple championships and came up a little bit short in one of them.
I'm feeling pretty good. We got 5 wins this year and 2 championships. It's nothing to hang your head about, but obviously we left a little bit on the table, but there's plenty of room to improve for next year.
What are you going to do about that pesky kid that keeps popping in there?
Hopefully win more. No, I've said it in quite a few interviews. With Buddy being here, he helped all of us improve and show us how slow we really were. So we all had to step our game up. And he, at the beginning of the year there, he came in, he set the bar really high. I mean, we all had to, all of our crew chiefs had to work on the cars, and we had to drive a whole lot harder. I mean, every weekend we go, it's either the 11N, the 4 of Cap Henry, and Nate Duffel's getting pretty fast, Travis Milo. I mean, we have a lot of great competition around here, so I feel like we all push each other pretty hard.
You even do very well when the All-Stars come to town, so nothing to hang your hat on about, you guys are very respectable.
Thank you.
How long? Go ahead.
We kind of struggled there at Attica there for that last weekend of the All-Star races, but we think we found some stuff, and we've kind of had we've had some pretty good speed here since then. So hopefully we can carry that speed and momentum into this upcoming weekend.
It's always good when the local guys show up the big guys.
Absolutely.
How long were you familiar with Buddy Kofoid before he came to the area and was racing this summer?
I had heard his name before. I can't remember if he won Trophy Cup or if he just won one of the prelim nights, but that's where I first heard his name, and then I kind of lost track of him until last year when he came around here and started racing the 11N with Ed Neumeister and the Linder family. Okay.
Well, let's talk about your accomplishments here. You picked up the very first AFCS championship in its inaugural season, and that turned out to be a pretty phenomenal success. Dwayne Hancock doing a great job putting that together. What does that championship mean to you?
Oh, that's pretty awesome. I mean, we won the FAST championship 2 years ago with Jay Kaiser, and to win an inaugural championship for something, you only get to win the first one time. So, I mean, that's something to kind of hang our hats on. We're kind of behind the 8 ball there at the beginning of the year, and my guys got the car pretty good, and we were able to capitalize on a few mistakes and win the championship.
So, as Dwayne indicated, is this series coming? I know it's probably a stupid question. Is the series coming back again next year?
It's a question I haven't asked, but, man, I would assume it would. As successful as it's been, I know a lot of us guys around here are very appreciative for what Dwayne has done. I mean, he put a series together in very little time, and I feel like it's been very successful. It pays very well. I mean, he's doing everything he can.
He definitely lined up a lot of sponsors for that. How does winning that championship, and I guess, and your name's going to be first in the record books for the AFCS forever as the first champion, but how does that championship compare to winning, either one of your FAST championships?
I don't know. I don't really have I'd say the FAST deal was pretty cool because we had to travel. I mean, we went to, I think, 4 or 5 different racetracks, and you had to have speed at every one of them. And we just put ourselves in position there. And we started off the year, I think, with win for the FAST deal. And so, I mean, you start, if you are leading the points, you just got to keep leading. You can't afford to have mistakes. And we were pretty good there in 2017. And, yeah, I don't know. 2019, we had a really good season. Like I said, we got ourselves behind there at the beginning of the year. We were trying to learn each other. We were a new team. I've never worked with Mikey Summers before. It took us probably a couple weeks, maybe in a month or two, but we definitely started clicking there. Right before Speed Week, we swept that weekend between Attica and Fremont, and we had a lot of momentum going into Speed Week.
We're talking with DJ Foos. DJ, what do you think? What do you think about points racing? A lot of racers don't especially like it. You seem to have found a niche there. What are your thoughts?
Up until this year, I never really cared about points. I just figured I'd go there and win and go home. But that was always kind of my mentality. And then I really struggled last year, so I wanted to make a point that with consistency and putting yourself in the right positions, you're going to win races and you're going to win championships. So this year, that was my main focus. I just needed to finish races, put myself in position, run second or third, and then the wins will come.
Now, do you have a favorite track between Attica or Fremont?
Just between Attica and Fremont, I'd have to say Fremont, just because I grew up going to Fremont every weekend.
And Fremont's your hometown, right?
Yes, sir.
A lot of history. A lot of history at that place.
But you got the championship. You got the championship at Attica this year. How big was that for you?
It's pretty awesome. I mean, we were pretty close there. It was one of those deals where, obviously, we had to put ourselves in the right position. I mean, we were running third, and Chris Andrews was leading the points, and he had some gears, stripped some teeth off, and pretty much just handed it to us. But we also had to put ourselves in position and capitalize on others' mistakes all season. So, I mean, I was kind of down and out about it because I don't want to just be handed a championship. But I feel like we worked for it. We definitely put ourselves in the right spot at the right time.
Okay. Well, anytime you can run top 5 with that group, you're no slouch.
Well, thank you.
I say anytime you can run top 5 with those guys, you're.
He said thank you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
I think Dwayne just joined us, so maybe Dwayne can comment on our Facebook Live if AFCS is going to, just to confirm that it's going to be back next year. Mentioned your favorite track between Attica and Fremont. What's your favorite track you've ever raced on? Open it up.
My all-time favorite is definitely Waynesfield.
Okay. Were you disappointed to hear about them only running a few races this year?
Absolutely. But, I mean, it's a work in progress. I'm sure Shane and all his guys are going to work really hard to get some more races on the schedule there. Hopefully we can get down there here in October. I think he's having a pretty big race. I look forward to always going there. They're great. They're a very good family. It's a very well-ran racetrack and facility.
I've never been there, but from what I've seen, it looks very
And we've
nice.
heard a lot of good things about it recently.
Nobody has ever said anything bad, especially racers. They love to race there.
Yeah, absolutely. You owe it to yourself to go check it out. It's a pretty awesome place. It's fast.
What is it about it that you really like?
It's small and fast.
Just a small and fast?
Yeah, small, fast, very racy. You can get multiple grooves worked into the racetrack. I mean, I don't know. I really like the place.
Cool. So how disappointing was it to not get that third championship? I know I heard you had said that you wanted to get the 3 championships, the AFCS, the Attica, and then to fall just two points out of getting the one at Fremont. How disappointed were you with that?
Very disappointed. I mean, it is what it is. We went there and we did everything we could. We get points all night long, so we tried to capitalize on everything we could. And I don't know. We just fell 2 points short. I look back at a few races that I made some pretty silly mistakes, and it's on me. So I definitely got room to improve for next year.
Earlier in the show, we talked about just exactly that. You know, what one car could you have passed all year that would have made the difference?
Well,
that's frustrating, right?
There's one night that really stands out in my head. I was running second, and third place got by me, and then I ran into the leader at the time, just trying to shoot the gap and pass him. I ended up spinning the car out, going to the tail. So if I would have just rode it out and finished second or third and not tried to be greedy and win, that would have been the game changer.
Lesson learned, or are you going to do that same thing again? Except not spin out, right?
If it's this weekend, I'm going to shoot the gap. $10,000 to win Saturday.
Very good, very good. I wouldn't expect anything less.
Absolutely.
So you do race. You will race differently now that points aren't as a factor, right?
Absolutely. I mean, we'll be able to get a little more aggressive, and we can try to do a couple different things to the race cars, see if we can improve on where we're at. I feel like we're pretty close right now. We're actually really close, I think. But there's always room for improvement, because if we don't find it, somebody else will.
Is there any one or two things you can attribute to your success this year?
Not really. I mean, it all goes together. I mean, we have a good car owner, a good engine, good car. I mean, every car owner provides you with that. So it's not like, I don't know, it's not like I'm downgrading anybody. Every good car owner has good equipment and all that. But with me and Mikey Summers have kind of clicked this year, and he's done a great job for me.
How did DJ Foos get started in racing?
I started in go-karts. My mom and dad got us started when I was 12. When I was 18 years old, Rich Farmer, I drove for Rich Farmer in a 305 for 2 years, and then me and my dad bought him out. And I raced 305s all the way up until 2012. And then in 2013, I started 410 sprint car racing with Marilyn Gensman.
And you've been
from there, I've been through a couple of different rides, but they've all been great people. And it's one of those things I was taught when I was younger, is you don't burn a bridge. So I feel like I've never burned a bridge, and I still can like everybody that I ever raced for. So.
And you've got championships in the 305. Do you have? Did you get any championships in the go-karts?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. We had quite a few.
Very nice. What would you say would have been the biggest win of your career?
The biggest win of my career?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to go away from either your first 410 win or first 305 win. The first 305 win was cool because I did it with my dad, and that's all. That family means a lot. So to do something with your dad, your family, is really cool.
Where was that win? Was that at Attica or Fremont or?
Attica.
Okay. And let's talk about the Jim Ford Classic this weekend. I'm assuming you're planning to run that. Obviously, you mentioned for the 10,000 to win on Saturday there. You're going to be a little bit more aggressive then, since the points aren't a factor.
Right. Well, Saturday, with it being a longer race, you got to make sure you have the equipment to make it all the way to the end. So I guess I'm kind of eat my own words here, but you got to be a little bit patient there at the beginning of the race.
Okay.
Patiently aggressive.
Yes, patiently aggressive.
So, but you've got the last 2 wins at Fremont. Wouldn't you just drive the same way you did the last couple weeks?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be we're going to have to wake it up a little bit. I mean, you can't just get out front and kind of settle into a pace. You have to be on top of your game the whole race. I mean, there's going to be a lot more cars this weekend, so we have to be qualified a little better. Going to have to heat race better to put yourself in position for the feature. And then once you get in the feature time, just get out and lead the thing if you can.
Stay out front.
Do you expect a lot of travelers to come for this show?
Yeah,
this
I
Saturday?
reckon there'll be quite a few. Yeah.
Okay. What would it mean? What would it mean to you if you were to win on Saturday night?
It'd mean $10,000. No, it would be really cool. I mean,
And the $10,000 wouldn't hurt.
It wouldn't hurt at all.
If we ask him next week,
because I went to the racetrack when Jim Ford had it, and I was always kind of a big fan back then of how he had the racetracks, and he was a great guy. So it'd be very, very cool to win the Jim Ford Classic.
If we ask him next week to name his favorite race, he would say the Jim Ford Classic on Saturday night.
Because he's going to win, right?
Well,
that's it.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we have a history of guests on the show, although last week didn't work too great for Dusty. But
he ran second, didn't he?
Third, I think.
Okay.
But a lot of times the next race after they've been on our show, or the next couple races in Rusty Schlink's case, they end up winning. So.
Well, I hope it's true.
Yeah.
We have high expectations of you, DJ.
So what else is planned for the rest of the season? Are you going to run Eldora next weekend?
As of right now, we're trying to figure out what we're going to do. We don't know if we're going to go to Eldora or if we're going to go to Lernerville. But I just want to race. That's all.
Okay. So there will be some more racing for DJ Foos after this weekend.
Yes. As of right now, I think we're looking at 2 more races after this weekend.
Okay. Any preliminary plans for next year, 2020?
I guess we really haven't talked about it. I mean, I assume that I'll be back in the 16 car, but I haven't been confirmed, but I really haven't asked. I'm just really focused on finishing out this year strong.
We hope to see you back in there to defend your championship there, and maybe try and get all 3 of them next year.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we left a little bit there on the table, so we definitely have more goals to achieve.
Car owner can't hold that one against you, though.
Of course they can.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
Dwayne did say both tracks are on board for next year for the Attica Fremont Championship Series. So straight out of the horse's mouth, it'll be back, and hopefully you'll be back. I'm sure you'll be back in some fashion to try and defend that championship there.
I hope so.
All right. Well, we appreciate you taking some time and coming on here, and good luck this weekend at Fremont.
Hey, no problem. Thanks for having me on, and I appreciate it.
Now get out to the shop and make that car a bullet.
Oh, it's all done and put it in the box and ready to go.
All right.
He's all ready to go. All right. DJ Foos, thanks very much.
Hey, no problem. You guys have a good night.
All right, you too.
See.
Cool. DJ Foos there, champion again of the Attica Fremont Championship Series 410 sprints, Attica Raceway Park champion in the 410 sprints, and second in points at Fremont for the track championship, just 2 points behind Buddy Kofoid.
Really great interview too, Scott. He's not all full of himself. I like talking with him.
Okay. Yeah. Well. Oh man, I forgot. We should have left him on for how many?
Oh.
Should we call him back?
How many what?
How many? How many cars are going to be at how many 410 Saturday at Fremont?
Ooh, 410 Saturday at Fremont.
Think about it for a while. We'll come back to that.
Okay.
Since we'll go through a little bit more news, and then we'll come back to the how many for this weekend.
Okay.
As soon as I can find where my news went.
Where you left off,
Oh,
right?
it's on this page. It's on the back side. There we go. Seven-time Whelen Modified Tour champ and NASCAR Hall of Fame nominee Mike Stefanik died in a plane crash Sunday afternoon. I'm sure you probably heard about that by now. He took off in an ultralight aircraft from a small Rhode Island airport and was returning to the airport when he crashed into a wooded area. And that's all I got on that.
Yeah.
Apparently, he was liked by a lot of people.
Oh, I
didn't know that much about him myself.
No, he was a really great guy.
Former girlfriend of Kurt Busch, Patricia Driscoll, has been sentenced and fined for 2 counts of wire fraud, tax evasion, and 1 count of fraud, which apparently is different from wire fraud. She was the president of the Armed Forces Foundation. She solicited funds to be used to help members of the military and their families when they returned home from deployments. Records show that she used a majority of the funds for her own personal use.
Ouch.
She will spend 12 months and a day, 366 days, I guess. I don't know what the extra day is going to do, in federal prison. Upon release, she will serve 36 months on supervised release with home confinement. She will have to do 360 hours of community service. She will have to pay $154,289 in restitution and $81,779 in a judicial forfeiture.
Ooh.
So life is not going to be so good for Patricia Driscoll for the foreseeable future, I suppose. Another Busch was in the news we mentioned earlier. Kyle Busch.
Yeah.
Seemed a little spoiled and whiny after the race this weekend at Las Vegas.
He didn't have much to say.
He was just there so he didn't get fined, I think was what he said a few times. He was not happy. He ran into the back of I guess there was a couple lap cars he got into. He had a bad day. I mean, I'll give him that.
He ran into the fence all by himself early on.
And then he got it fixed. He went two laps down, came back, was running top 10, top 5 maybe?
No, I don't think so. Top 10.
Okay. He was competitive, and then ran into the back of, I only saw the one where he ran into the back of, was it Garrett, I think it was? Who was like 7 laps down or something. But the video I saw, it looked like he held his line, and it just looked like Busch was following another car going into the corner. That car dropped down, so Busch didn't see the lapped car until like the last minute, and just kind of. The spotter should have been involved there, I think.
You would think,
but
if that happens on a dirt track, we can understand because we don't have mirrors, we don't have spotters. We've got containment seats that limit peripheral vision, but
this was in front of him.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was not happy after that. He's just an angry guy in general, especially since NASCAR switched to this package this year. I guess he's been unhappy with it.
Hasn't fit his...
I mean, if you're that unhappy, just do something else, right?
Yeah, go golfing.
I mean, Tony Stewart's having fun now. He's running sprint cars.
Go bowling.
Go bowling. That's right. How'd that go Tuesday?
Again, we took 3 out of 4 points.
Good job. Congratulations.
Three nights that we've done that.
I noticed you haven't asked me back.
Oh, that's just because nobody's gotten sick yet,
okay.
Scott. When somebody goes on,
Please don't get sick.
When somebody goes on the DL, you're up.
All right.
Did you? Speaking of bowling, did you see
Bubba Wallace?
Bubba Wallace?
Yeah, where he, I'm not sure what was going on. They put the ball down, and another guy held it, and then he slid head first into it and pushed it down and got a strike.
Yeah.
I saw that and I was like, WTF did I just watch?
Yeah. That was, that was pretty funny, though.
I guess. He was proud of himself. Kyle Larson trolled Kyle Busch on Twitter, asking him if he was going to run the Chili Bowl since there are no spotters there.
Ooh.
So, I thought that was funny.
Ooh.
Daniel Hemrick will not return to the Richard Childress Racing number 8 next year. Rumor puts Tyler Reddick
in the
that
seat.
Car for 2020. Tyler Reddick is going to have another metal band on his car for the Richmond race.
Really?
Tomorrow, I think, actually. Killswitch Engage. You should check them out. I'm sure you'd like them.
Yeah, I'm sure. Speaking of tomorrow, I wore my pink shirt today. Tomorrow is Breast Cancer Awareness Day, and everybody should wear pink, but since I'm working in the shop tomorrow, I did tonight.
I did not know. I was unaware of breast
Save the boobies. Wear pink
Yes,
tomorrow.
Okay. Is Race for the Cure, is that this weekend or is that next weekend?
Not sure. Somebody will have to answer.
Yeah. One other thing here, speaking of Richard Childress Racing, Richard Childress will be driving the same number 3 car that Dale Earnhardt drove to his final victory at Talladega back in 2000 as the pace car for the upcoming Dega race on October 13th.
Yeah, when I first saw the release, I wasn't sure if it was just a tribute car, but it is the car that Earnhardt won.
That would be
Talladega.
pretty cool, seeing an old race car pacing. Well, it'd be like Richard Petty paced, was it that Darlington race, and then he wouldn't get off the track?
Yeah.
He just kept going. They're like, we need to start the race, get off the track. I don't think Richard Childress will do that, but it'll be cool.
You never know.
Yeah. All right, let's do how many now. We did last week was how many late models are going to be at Oakshade. And Ron Miller said 29.
Yeah.
There were actually 27. You were closest.
Woohoo!
For our in-studio winner. Paul Graham
really
was our online winner. He said 27. We had actually a couple that said 27, but Paul was
the first one.
Yeah. So this week, no Sky Hammer, I will lose a parking spot with you. Yeah, sorry, Bill. Don't park in my pit spot this weekend.
No.
This week we're going to do 410s Saturday night, Fremont for the Jim and Joanne Ford Classic. 10,000 to win there. So,
ooh.
And I wish we would have asked when we still had DJ on the phone. He probably would have a better idea, so he'd know where to start. So if you want to guess online, and you may win a free pizza from Big D's Pizza. If Dean Henry's still doing that.
Well, especially since this is Fremont. Yeah, good work.
Yeah, that's true. Just go ahead and put your guess in the comments on our Facebook Live only. That's the only ones that we'll be looking at. And if you guess the same number as somebody else, whoever guessed it first will get that. And again, 410s Saturday night at Fremont. How many?
47.
Okay. Well, then.
That was the reason I asked DJ how many travelers he thought might be there. I had a hunch that might be the how many question.
I'm going to go with, I really have no idea, 42.
I could be terribly high. I don't know.
I could be terribly low. Mark Burns says 32. John Young says 40. I thought I saw some other guesses here. I think King Seed had a guess earlier. 28, he says. Dwayne says 32 at Fremont. Probably should have looked at Dwayne's number.
Yeah.
Dean says 39. So maybe my 42 is not so far off. We'll find out.
You could be good,
says
Scott.
40. Elisha says 31. My brother says 42. Wait, that's 42 is the answer to everything. The life, universe, and what is it? Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Good movie. Coming up, we'll have that weekend weather pit stop forecast from Ryan Weekman. Right now, your upcoming races this weekend, of course, double races, double header. That's what I'm looking for. This weekend at Fremont Speedway, Jim Ford Classic Night number 1, featuring the Fast 410 Sprints, 305s, and the dirt trucks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7:45. General admission is $15. That is tomorrow night at Fremont Speedway. Saturday night, another big race. I was talking to Scott Schultz earlier this week about the 31st running of the Central Transport Glass City 200. It's going to be 2 100-lap late model races, each paying $5,000 to win. The ARCA CRA Super Series, powered by Jegs, stock-bodied late models, and then, of course, the Outlaw late models. And in addition to that, the CRA Junior late models will be in action. So pit gates open at 10 a.m. on Saturday at Toledo Speedway. There's going to be an autograph session at 5:30 and racing at 6:30.
I just saw
$25 general admission.
And I didn't see any of the details. I didn't take time to look at it. I just saw that NASCAR had posted some preliminary rules for the ARCA CRA series that we'll be working with NASCAR. Yes.
Anything stand out?
I didn't, Scott. I really didn't get a chance to get into a lot of details, but it's just interesting that they're working on it. It's happening.
So is this the trend of Is this like a downward trend? Is this where the beginning of the end? Is that what you're thinking?
No, I really think,
it's going to be all right?
I think this is going to be a good thing for the ARCA CRA series, for the
think it'll help
for the supercar series. Yeah.
Dean says, yeah, we're still doing the pizzas for the how many.
Okay.
There's quite a few people guessing there online. I wish I could guess. I want one pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oakshade Raceway.
Maybe at Sandusky.
Maybe, yeah, that's right.
If we put enough pressure on Dean, maybe we can have some pizza at Sandusky.
Yeah, maybe we could do how many. No, I don't know how that would work.
No, I don't know.
Award to winner, just right there. How many of my cars are in the pits? Go count them. Oakshade Raceway in action Saturday as well with the Papa Boiler Bomber Spectacular, 1,000 to win. You know, that was the night I got my last win.
Really?
Yeah, not in the feature, but I got a heat race win. That was my last win, so I'm hoping to repeat.
If you win the A-Main this year, that'll be like Retirement City,
I believe that was the night where I lost the fill hose for the rear end gear.
Right.
Came off, and we won't mention what happened, but it ended up being attached right above the right rear tire, and couldn't figure out why I was so loose after starting on the pole last year until after the race, and there was this grease all over the backside there.
Let's jump back to Fremont for just a second.
Well, I'm jumping back to Fremont.
Fremont is going to have all three of those classes both nights, correct?
Correct. Yep. Night number 2, the Fast 410 sprints. That's 10,000 to win on Saturday. 305s, dirt trucks. Gates open at 4, racing at 7. General admission is $25 on Saturday night at Fremont Speedway.
That's going to be a big deal.
I agree. And if for those of you listening on iHeartRadio, I'm shaking my head. Yes. How about we check out that weekend weather pit stop with Ryan Weekman?
Yeah, we'll find out if that low pressure system is going to plunge north.
Pressure system. I haven't watched the news in a while. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, there's a big storm just soaking Florida. Or, I'm sorry, Texas.
Well, good thing we're in Ohio.
Yeah.
I guess I did see pictures of flooded
a lot
areas
of,
in Houston.
A lot of those storms tend to push north. And
all right, well, let's listen to Ryan.
See what he's got to say.
This is your weekend weather pit stop forecast. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. We've got plenty on the race schedule for Friday and Saturday, and the forecast looks absolutely gorgeous for all races. Let's start off Friday down at Fremont. Temperatures will be well into the 80s. Skies will be clear. That sunset just about 7:30 in the evening. Should have plenty of twilight to go along with it. We got Toledo, Oakshade, and Fremont back on the schedule for Saturday. Another really nice day. Highs could creep up close to 90 degrees. Should be dry as well. That rain chance holds off until Sunday. This has been your weekend weather pit stop forecast. Be sure to download that free First Alert weather app. We'll keep you ahead of those heavy downpours we are expecting for the second half of the weekend. I'm First Alert meteorologist Ryan Weekman. Vroom, vroom.
Vroom, vroom.
I didn't notice he did that when I loaded that in.
Okay.
That makes sense because he said something in the email. He said vroom, vroom in the email.
There you go.
All right. That's Channel 11's Ryan Weekman there with your weekend weather pit stop. Second half of the weekend, that's Sunday. There's no races scheduled for Sunday.
If you don't have a weather app on your phone, do the WTOL weather app. Let's humor Ryan.
There you go. Thanks again to Dave Kemmer for helping out.
Our associate producer.
That's the guy. And again, Hammer Down Racing Report Dirty 30. It's coming up. We're not too far away from that. Sandusky Speedway. It's first event of its kind in this area. Chris Mize over there at Sandusky Speedway has been done a few of these, I guess, down in Georgia, and it's been pretty popular. Running dirt cars on the asphalt. It's going to be at Sandusky October 12th. Gates open at 3, hot laps at 4, autograph session at 5, and we'll probably do our show about 5 during the autograph session. And then racing will start at 6 p.m.
Promptly.
So a little bit early. It's a Saturday night, so it had been changed from a Thursday. So now we're on a Saturday, so shouldn't interfere with as many people's work.
And not a whole lot of other racing going on, so there's no reason not to be there.
There you go. So details again, hammerdownracingreport.com. We got a page set up there with the rules, the payoffs, the times, and everything. Chris Mize's number on there if you have any questions. And
Did we talk about the cavalcade?
Cavalcade's coming up
Next weekend, right?
2 weekends.
2 weekends?
Still,
okay.
I think it's the first weekend in October.
Yeah.
I think it's like the 5th or something
4th,
like that.
5th, and 6th.
Yeah.
Yep.
Big weekend. We'll be talking about, maybe we'll talk to somebody over there that's going to be running that before that
Maybe.
race happens. I don't know. I have nothing planned for next week, so I like to just kind of wing it.
We can do that.
We can. Make sure to give Ron Miller Race Cars a call, 734-856-7223. He's your official bomber tire hookup and everything else. Parts, safety equipment, oil.
You mess up, bring it over. We'll fix it.
And it's true. I can be a spokesperson for that.
Yeah.
I mess it up, bring it over, and you fix it. And I give you money.
all in the same week.
If you would like to shoot us any show ideas or anything, feel free to email me, scotthammer@iheartmedia.com, or visit hammerdownracingreport.com. There's all kinds of information on there. How about we say let's get out of here.
Why
Call
not?
it a show.
Yeah.
It's good enough.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
Congratulations to DJ Foos. Great interview and great season.
Congratulations, on all of his championships that he earned this year. Here's to many more next year.
Scott, I hear music.
I don't. I think it's in your head.
No.
I think it is.
I hear music.
You can listen to Hammer Down Racing Report on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google, On Demand, favorite podcast platform.
Podcast, yeah.
Plaidcast platform.
Yeah. No, I hear music. I think that means we're out of here, buddy.
All right, we'll see you next week back on Facebook Live, YouTube Live, Periscope Live, Twitter Live.
Go to one of your favorite racetracks this week. The season's winding down.
We're back Thursday, 7 o'clock. Racetracks, yes. Toledo Speedway, Fremont, and Oakshade all in action. Hit one of them.
Big weekend.
There you go. See you next week.
Goodbye.
You have been listening to the Hammer Down Racing Report from the Ron Miller Race Car Studio. Listen on demand on iHeartRadio,